One of the things I hear you guys talk about the most is the devastation you feel when you see your ex with someone else and they look happy. The new girl is smiling and laughing, and it confirms all of your worst fears. It's so devastating for us to see the memory of the man we were waiting for.
It always sucks to see an ex with somebody new. It's a jab in the heart. It never feels good.
When I found out my ex had got a wife, destroyed me. He never laid a finger on me because I was in Birmingham, quite isolated.
Losing a good man is something almost impossible to get over.
Going through lockdown and all these things, and then obviously this man just pops up out of nowhere and he's like cocooned me, and I've got him, and now I've got all his family, and I've got all his friends and his friends' baby moms, and there's kids everywhere, and like I just felt completely like encased by humans all of a sudden. And I was like quite infiltrated with his family. I go to his sisters for barbecues, I go to his mom's to chill, I take his stepdad to hospital appointments, I was chilling with his friends, I was running his friends round, or we were going to parties or whatever, and they all knew.
If your girl says, I need space, or let's take a break, or I need a break so I can focus on myself, translation, I want to go ride other, period.
It is never a good sign.
Nothing more, nothing less. That's just her way of being, wanting to go test things out, test the waters, or to break free or whatever, without being, feeling like a cheater, period. She doesn't want to cheat, and she want to play the game correctly. So she tells you, let's take a break. That way it's not cheating. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Period. It don't mean nothing else.
I used to be excited to get married. Now I'm afraid to. They always want you after you move on. Never go backwards.
So, the last few days have been super traumatizing for me. My own fault. It's always my fault. We've been separated for a year, but we see each other a lot, and we spend time as a family together a lot. And I had asked him many times, are you seeing somebody? And he said, no, no, no. I kept saying no. And then he'd take me to dinner, and we'd have a nice chat. And I have a boyfriend.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That I've been seeing. So it's not like I think he shouldn't. Don't get me wrong.
It's crazy how some people move on and expect their ex-partners to still want them.
This isn't about that. And I think the hard part is that because I'd been with him for so long, since I was 18, for him to be in a relationship where he is in one, and you can't figure it out in your mind. And then it felt like he had died.
Now that is crazy.
And I kept getting this sick feeling like he was gone and dead. And I almost wished he was dead.
Huh?
Because it was so of him not to tell me and take me out there so that I'm trapped on a boat with him and his girlfriend on the phone. And then I find out she's at his house, and it's like everything in that house is mine, like that we got when we were married. And that she's been sleeping there. I had no idea. None. And I just feel like that was a bad way for me to find out. I wish I'd had more gradual way to get to it, because I felt humiliated, embarrassed, old, ugly, because I think she's like 30, and like typical, right? And I honestly, I've been in shock for 4 days.
It's absolutely crazy how she has her own boyfriend, but is upset her ex finally got a girlfriend and is living happily.
Okay, so seeing those two on Facebook, like all hugged up and y'all, it sent me in a spiral. And I was moving on, and I thought I was, and I thought I was fine. I was slowly getting over him, and then my went and looked on his damn Facebook page and seen the picture, seeing all the friends that were actually, all for me and him being together, all under the picture, like, oh yeah, this and that, oh y'all look good. Whew. It was hard. It was hard.
I'm proud that more men lately have learned to move on and make it better for themselves.
At first. And I remember I told myself, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry. Man, as soon as I dropped that phone, I cried like a baby in the middle of my bed and just lost my mind. Because what made it hurt so bad was that he never ever posted me. He never ever showed me off. He never claimed me publicly on his Facebook page. Never even said in a relationship with. I seen him do it with an ex-baby mom before, and with this girl, he posted her picture.
Marriage is not exactly something you take a break from. Months since divorce in 2009, I finally have peace.
When a female regrets leaving you, she sees that you're doing better without her. She sees that you're prospering. She sees that you're elevating, you're evolving, you're growing. She starts to think to herself like, damn, how can I get back in? How can I get this guy to accept me back into his circle?
A man not afraid to lose everything becomes a desirable man.
I ended up losing the man that I was supposed to marry because I was too hot in the ass. I was thinking I was the shit and had options. And I did. But they wasn't good options. I ended up losing a man that I would call 3 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to cuddle. And this man was coming town to see me. You know what I mean? 3 o'clock in the morning. What man you know doing that? I had a man that knew me and my son was in the house.
But that was a mistake.
He went out of his way and spent $300 on getting me and my baby an air conditioner to put in our house. And me and that man ended up hitting a rough patch in our relationship. And I decided to go seek, other options because I thought they was better.
That man was a hidden gem.
And, at the time, dealing with it and being in the midst of it, it might have seemed like it was better. It might have seemed like, yeah, this is a lot better. But, after it's all said and done, that shit wasn't better. You know why? Because that man that I was supposed to marry wouldn't have had me dealing with my pregnancy alone. He wouldn't have left me out to go to every single appointment by myself. He wouldn't have had me in a delivery room by myself giving birth to not one, but 2 babies at one time.
Deep respect for that level of honesty.
That man wouldn't have missed his kid's first birthday. That man wouldn't have not seen his kids in over a year in person. That man wouldn't have fed me lies and excuses on why he couldn't be there or why he can't show up. He would have made a way. And it's like, I just say all of this to say, like, you really don't know what you got until it's gone. And you really don't know the value of things. I wouldn't have did that, If I had known better, I would have done better. And every day I'm working towards trying to forgive myself for that. Because he didn't deserve that.
These breaks are never a solution.
And women make mistakes too. It really ain't all the men that out here that be cheating and lying and, doing stuff like that. Like, women have babies on men too. And I'm sadly one of them.
My husband, 28 male, is living with a female friend. And she, 22 female, has become hostile towards me. My husband and I have been married for 3 years, and our marriage is on the rocks. It all mainly started after the birth of our first child together, in which he became increasingly irritable, aggressive, and sexually distant from me. We decided to live at different residences in a desperate attempt to salvage our marriage.
That ship has sailed a long time ago.
That was 3 months ago. I'm currently living with my mom, and I work part-time while also taking care of our 18-month-old son with the help of her. My husband purchased a new condo with the financial help of his dad, and lives with a female friend of his, 22 female, who he apparently charges rent. Is it rent as in money or rent as in clapping cheeks? Because you can pay a debt a whole lot of ways. Living arrangement with this woman from the moment I heard about it. Mainly because we agreed that we are not taking a break in the sense of seeing others. We're still married and are not going through a separation, but we're just trying to give each other, mainly him, space. No, I mean, y'all can tell yourselves that all you want, but no, because this man has bought a whole new condo with the help of his father and is living with an entirely different woman that is not the mother of his child, his wife, while you are living with your mother.
The moral of the story is to always work things out instead of relying on breaks or separations.
She's become very hostile towards me, which is strange because she's supposedly only his friend and basically a tenant of his. For example, I went to visit him with our son, and the whole time she was sitting near him, staring at me with hatred. You're dismissed. If we need some drinks or some snacks, we'll call you. Thank you for your time. Like, why? I didn't come to see you. What are you doing here? Goodbye. When I asked if he and I could talk privately, she said, no, this is our place. And of course, this made everything awkward, so I just left shortly after that. Why are you pretending that you don't know what's going on? And the fact that this mother didn't say nothing to her for saying something to you, like, come on, man. That is his girlfriend, and she wants to make sure you understand that you're not welcome there.
If you didn't know, men move on or appear to move on quicker because they do not process their emotions. So post-breakup, yes, this is how post-breakup works, okay?
We move on fast because it's our only option.
He appears to move on quickly. You are like, oh my God, he never really loved me. Okay, he's a loser, as we know. We always know this. But the girls always need me to remind you of this, okay? He's a loser. We know this. I know this. I know this. I need you to know this, okay? And yes, you're gonna have a good day. You can have a great day. You can have an amazing, stunning, gorgeous, beautiful, great day, because are you a great person? Yes, the are. Is he a great person? Question mark.
Stop it. Get some help.
Also, why do we know that he's on a holiday with a new girl? He's not blocked. Nobody listens to me. And I have to tell you, this is where you guys are the problem. Nobody listens to me, okay? My friends don't even listen to me with the block situation.
If her own friends don't listen to the advice, it says a lot.
The only reason you are finding this out, and you know this, is because you're creeping, you're lurking, and you're hurting your own mother feelings, okay? What happens after a breakup? Oh my God, blocked. It is the end. It is the closing of a chapter. It is the moving forward, okay? I have to tell you that I tell you guys all to put a block in place because you're not strong enough to not have a block in place. And I'm not calling you out specifically. I'm calling everybody out, okay? Very rarely are you strong enough to not do the block, okay? He should be blocked and you should not be engaging in his life. His life is none of your business anymore.
That's how men move on. They take a final look and proceed without looking back at the past.
Just like your life is none of his business anymore. I had a best friend, literally, she's still going through this. It's been a year. It's been a year for her. I don't want it to be a year for you too. If you just listen to me and put a block in place, a year from now, you'll be vibing and thriving.
Be careful what advice you take and where it comes from, brothers. Well, guys, that was all for today. We'll be back soon.